Welcome in, everybody, to another season of the Coach Shinnick Show. This is Coach Pete Shinnick with UWF Football. I am Will Kennedy, and it's here. It's time to get the season rolling. The Argos 2019 season kicks off this week on the road at Carson-Newman. Coach, thanks for doing this, first of all. And let's talk a little bit about fall camp and kind of what's been going on with your Argos.
No, well, thank you. We're excited to start this season, and obviously the way 2018 ended, 2019, we've been looking forward to it for quite some time, and excited to get our guys back here the 1st of August, and we've completed a couple weeks of practice right now, so we've really gotten a lot done and really tried to answer a lot of the questions that we had going in, so it's been an exciting 2 weeks.
You guys have really been getting in a lot of work on Penn Air Field right behind us. Let's talk a little bit about this facility to get started and what it means to this program to have something like this at the Division II level.
Well, to be able to walk out, I mean, from locker room to field within 20 yards of each other is unbelievable. And so with the amount of rain that we get in the Panhandle, and you never know when it's going to happen or what it's going to look like, if we were on grass, we wouldn't be able to get anything done. So Penn Air Field has just been a huge plus for us, and it's allowed us. We've practiced through rainstorms. We've practiced right after rainstorms. We wouldn't be able to do that if we didn't have it.
If somebody wants to build Coach Shinnick a bubble, we'll take that too. We'll make that happen. Let's talk about what you've got coming back, and then obviously some new pieces. And I know a lot of people are excited about some of the guys you brought in, and some of them pretty recently, right, as camp was rolling in.
Sure. So I think both sides of the ball, we feel like we've added the right mix of guys that are going to help us. But with that being said, I mean, it's always our guys who have been in the program that, I think are going to lead the way. And so when you look at offense, we've got Devin Gibson, who's a 4-year starter. We got Samuel Antoine at tackle. He's a 3-year starter. Joe Wintrick, offensive lineman, 3-year starter. Mike Dilla going into his 3rd year as a starter. So Ethan Cruz comes back. So our starting offensive line has I think close to 80, 90 starts somewhere amongst those guys. And that's really where the whole thing starts offensively for us.
I know as a coach, especially an offensive-minded coach, you love to have experienced offensive linemen. Let's stick with the offense. Obviously, quarterback was a situation last year when you've touched on it, you've talked about it. When you play 6 guys at quarterback, some of whom were not quarterbacks.
Right.
It makes for a long season. You guys finished 6-5, but you were so close in a lot of games. And this year you come in and you've got some really great competition at the QB position in camp.
Yeah, we do. We think we have great competition, and it's been that way really for 14 days. And we brought in J.C. Robles at spring, and he was able to get in a lot of reps in spring. We brought in Austin Reed over the summer. J.C.'s from Colorado State. Austin Reed is from Southern Illinois. And we weren't quite sure at that time where Sam Vaughn was going to fit into the mix. Sam, obviously, a 7-game, 8-game starter for us last year, won 6 games, really kept us in those games. And probably if he would have stayed healthy, we feel like we could have had different results there in some of the games we lost. But those 3 have competed very well, and it's been a great camp. It's really made everybody better, the competition that we've had there.
Great experienced group of guys. I was impressed with some of the scrimmages that you guys have had here through the fall camp with the running back. You've got a stable of running backs, big guys, small guys, fast guys, a little bit of everything, and that it's going to be a little bit different running game, I would imagine, from last year.
It is. Chris Schwartz was the mainstay of what we did, and Chris averaged over 6 yards a carry last year. Chris didn't have the top-end speed that we have now. Anthony Johnson has slowly gotten back in. He had a little minor injury to begin with, but we've seen him now at full speed. That's been exciting. Jervon Newton has played very well as the running back who really kind of came in late last year and played well for us. And then Jaden Garner, running back who played junior college but played locally here at Pine Forest. He adds really a speed burst to us, and so does Shamari Mason, incoming freshman. Both those guys have really added a nice speed element to the backfield.
You're making it difficult for the guys calling the game because I'm trying to figure out who the numbers are. Some of them are hiding behind guys. Wide receiver, we talked about the quarterbacks. It's a group that has talent. You've got some guys who have been in the program for a little while, and listening to, watching a Tate Lateo and some of these guys, Quentin Randolph, work with these new quarterbacks and hearing how excited they are, that's a dangerous group of weapons.
We feel like we've got great depth there, and you mentioned Tate and you mentioned Quentin, and those 2 guys are part of a senior class that involves, Kevin Grant as well. We feel those 3 seniors provide the leadership, the experience that we need. We get Rodney Coates back, who redshirted last year. He's playing at a very high level. Kenneth Chanel has come on. Kenneth transferred in the spring. He's come on to have a very good fall as well. Evan Mitchell has played well at the wide receiver spot. So we feel like we've got good depth. We feel like we've got some guys that have experience. And then the position that kind of gets lost in this tight end, but Ja'Cory Jackson is really playing as well as we could have imagined. He played high school quarterback. We redshirted him. Last year we got him, probably 20% of the reps, that type of thing. He and Gage Kroll have really made the tight end position a solid one for us.
All right, the offense going to be exciting. We've seen a little flashes of that through camp and lots of points on the board. That's what I know you're looking for. That's what we're looking for too. When we come back, we will talk about the defensive side of the football. Coach Shinnick has got some big bodies to add to the mix. Stick with us here on the Coach Shinnick Show.
Success isn't measured by fame or fortune, by the number of friends you have, or the number of likes you get. It's measured by time and the amount of times you influence others to be better, to create something greater, and to do more for the community. Success rises above any challenge to transform something small into something spectacular, something that pushes us beyond what's possible and withstands the test of time. Success is measured by the impact you make. What impact will you make? The University of West Florida. No limits.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens. So get all state. I'd be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. In Pensacola, call Melissa Keener.
Look at that. 5 glorious inches of Whataburger. Fresh 100% beef stacked high with melted cheese and fresh cut veggies. But what if it's too much fresh beef? Stacked too high with too much melted cheese and too many fresh cut veggies? Well, we have a 4-inch burger like a lot of other places. We just call it a junior. Good thing there's a burger made just for you. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back in here on the Coach Shinnick Show. We've talked offense with Coach Pete Shinnick as the Argos get ready for the 2019 season. By the way, September 5th on the road at Carson-Newman, a little Thursday night football.
Thursday night action.
Off. Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball. And I know last year you get hit with a couple of injuries early, especially on the defensive line. You need to have depth there. You need to have size. You've brought in some guys that can really help up front. There's some big boys.
Yeah, I think we finally got the size that we want at that position. And, Darrell Wilson is the senior nose guard there. He adds, the size that we've had, because he's been with us for 3 years. Miles Meyer has been in there now. He's over 300 pounds. Terry Kelly's over 300 pounds. Brandon Delgado is over 300 pounds. So we really feel like we've done something at the nose guard position that we just haven't had. Because we've rotated guys in, and the next guy in was 240, 260, something like that. Move out to defensive end, and Ian Bush is a graduate transfer for us, 290-pound, very athletic. Matt Gotel is up there in that 300, 290 range. So we're going to start 3 defensive linemen for the first time, over 280 pounds, which we haven't done. Quentin Peoples is playing defensive end for us. Brandon Pennerton's playing defensive end for us. And then we've got about 4 or 5 guys competing for that last slot right there. But we've never had a D-line that many guys over 280.
The size, the depth that you're talking about, and for fans that know this conference well, and if you don't, the Gulf South Conference, you really have to have that because of some of the opponents you're playing. They've got that kind of size. You got to match size with size, right?
Well, we do, and we've been undermanned, undersized with what we've had in the defensive line. I think our defensive line has always played with great energy, great excitement. They'll continue to do that. Now we got a little more beef to it. And so they really set the stage for what we have behind them. And our linebackers really, we return Andre Duncombe, preseason all-conference guy. We return Trent Archie, who redshirted a year ago, another preseason guy, and they're kind of on the outsides. We have Josh Smiley in the middle, who's returning for his 5th year. So we're excited about what we have returning. And then kind of to that mix, Chris Sakamoto, who's played for us quite a bit. He's worked his way into our 2 deep as well. We have Chandler Ferguson, who's a transfer. We have Kendrick Bradley, who's a transfer for us. And we have DJ Artis, DeMarco Artis. And it really gives us, I think, great depth on the inside. And on the outside, Durante Jordan and Gael Laurent, I mean, those guys give us probably 8 or 9 guys that we've never quite had that type of depth across the board with the linebackers.
Those linebackers and those big guys in front, they love it because it keeps the linebackers clean.
It does.
Of course, the secondary in a league where a lot of teams throw the football around quite a bit. I know it was a spot last year. You were really trying to find people to fill some holes.
We were.
Talk about coming out of camp into the season, what you've got in the defensive backfield.
Well, in the backfield, we had DeAnthony Bell transfer in. We think he's one of the better free safeties around, and he's been playing very well since he transferred in the spring. We get Marcus Clayton back, who redshirted last year, has 2 years of eligibility left. He'll be a kick returner also, tremendous speed back there. Sherrod Oliver, who played as a true freshman, he has really established himself. David Richardson, who was a starter for us last year, has come in and played well. And then Henry Montgomery, who has really played a lot for us in special teams in different places last year. They kind of are, solidifying that secondary there. We've added a TJ Limehouse. We've added Gibbons and Brown, Gibbons at corner, Brown at safety. So we feel like, again, we've got some depth back there that we necessarily haven't had in the past.
There'll be some new faces returning kickoffs and punts, which will be something different for the program.
Will be.
What will be the same is you got your kicker back, Austin Williams. The hair's a little different.
It is,
this time.
yeah.
Talk about special teams real quickly.
Well, and I mean, we led the nation in, least amount of punt return yards. So Dawson Hamlin, our punter, he's picked up right where he left off, booming the ball right now. Austin Williams, we think, is back to his 17 form, so we're excited about that. Colton Norris probably be doing some kickoffs for us, but we've got some exciting things happening in our special teams.
We're looking forward to it. Again, September 5th on the road at Carson-Newman is the opener. We'll talk about that game coming up with Coach Shinnick in a minute. But coming up next, we're going to check in with some of the other fall sports that are getting underway here at UWF on the Coach Shinnick Show.
You can't stop it. That undeniable charge. So bright, so loud. It rips through the clutches of mediocrity. It breaks down walls, blazes past old ways of thinking. It's creativity, pure electric energy. What will you do with it? The University of West Florida. No limits.
Meet George. He's always searching for a new adventure and has big plans to build. Dad supports his vision and is ready to lend a helping hand. He's using a Pen Air personal loan to bring George's imagination to life. And now, their next big adventure awaits in their own backyard. Here's to banking smarter and reaching higher. Apply today at penair.org/loans.
Look at that. 5 glorious inches of Whataburger. Fresh 100% beef stacked high with melted cheese and fresh cut veggies. But what if it's too much fresh beef? Stacked too high with too much melted cheese and too many fresh cut veggies? Well, we have a 4-inch burger like a lot of other places. We just call it a junior. Good thing there's a burger made just for you. Good thing there's Whataburger.
What's even better than going to a UWF football game? Going with all your friends. Decks are available for groups between 25 and 200 people. All group decks come with a UWF football game ticket, food, and soft drinks. It's great for company outings, group functions, birthday parties, and youth groups. Prices start as low as $25 per person. Call 850-474-2746 for more information or to book your deck today. Welcome back to the Coach Shinnick Show. Of course, football not the only sport here on the University of West Florida campus that is getting things started here in the fall. The UWF men's soccer team coming off a second-place finish in both the Gulf South Conference regular season and the tournament last year. We had a chance to check in with Coach Bill Elliott to look forward to the 2019 campaign.
Well, excited to be in. You work year-round as an athlete, a coach, to get to the point of starting the season. We passed the ball very well against Texas Tyler and kept possession of it, but we've got to be more productive with that possession, and that's the hardest part in soccer, scoring goals, and we've got to do more with the possession, but I was happy with the passing and the control we had of the ball. I think we have the maturity in the group to withstand the strong tests that we have ahead. The group seems, like I said, very motivated, optimistic right now, excited about the way we are able to play with the technical players that we have in the side. But there's a learning curve. Some of those players who are very technical haven't played at this level yet. It's a big wake-up call to go from playing against other 17 and 18-year-olds to play against full-grown men every weekend.
Coach Elliott and the Argos are picked to win the Gulf South Conference by the rest of the conference coaches as we head into the season. They will open things up Thursday night, September 5th, hosting Tampa. The UWF women's soccer team under Coach Joe Bartlinski had a fantastic 2018 season, finishing 20-1, ranked number 1 in the country at 1 point. They go into this season looking to repeat and improve upon last year's success.
Going into my 30th year of coaching, excited as always. First week, the youngsters worked hard. We had a good scrimmage yesterday, so saw some very good things, saw some things that we need to work on. Overall pleased with the team, so it's just going to take time to blend into the new players, along with some very good returners. Open up with Trevecca, so that's going to be a great first game. Then have to go down to Rollins, one of our favorite teams to play against. They're a wonderful team, well coached. We're going to battle. Our players have the opportunity to talk to some of the alumni quite often, and the alumni impress upon them how difficult it is to play at West Florida and maintain the standards. But this group in the first week has done well. Team building and things like that I think are going to be important, because I think we have the decent talent, but now how well are we going to work together to accomplish our goals.
And you're going to get used to hearing this as we go throughout our fall sports preview. The women's soccer team picked to win the Gulf South Conference as well. They head into the season ranked preseason number 8 in the nation. They will open things up on Saturday, September 7th against Trevecca Nazarene. Coming up next, we're going to talk UWF volleyball. We'll hear from Coach Melissa Walter, and we'll check in on the cross-country season here on the Coach Shinnick Show.
Success isn't measured by fame or fortune. It's measured by time and the amount of times you influence others to be better, to transform something small into something spectacular. Success is measured by the impact you make. What impact will you make? The University of West Florida. No limits.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 What? It happens.
So get off state. I'd be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. In Pensacola, call Melissa Keener.
Look at that. 5 glorious inches of Whataburger. Fresh 100% beef stacked high with melted cheese and fresh cut veggies. But what if it's too much fresh beef? Stacked too high with too much melted cheese and too many fresh cut veggies? Well, we have a 4-inch burger like a lot of other places. We just call it a junior. Good thing there's a burger made just for you. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back to the Coach Shinnick Show. We're talking about the fall sports and giving you a preview of all the things that are going on here as we roll into the 2019 season for so many UWF athletic programs. UWF volleyball under Coach Melissa Walter, fantastic year last year. Win the Gulf South Conference regular season title, win the tournament as well, another trip to the NCAA tournament. They are picked to win the Gulf South Conference in the preseason polls heading into this year. We caught up with Coach Walter and the ladies.
I think the big thing that I'm noticing right away about this team is there's a lot of fight to them, and it's definitely starting to show on the court that this is a team that is going to have a lot of chemistry. You know, there's not a lot of playtime experience within this group, but that is something I'm not necessarily afraid of. I'm excited to have Brogan Wallen back. Obviously, she's a fifth-year senior, and she knows a lot about what it takes to win at this level. Obviously, Jordan Poppin, returning All-American, she just is someone that can score at will. There's a lot of teams that are going to compete really hard against us, but we want that. I think that's a good thing in this conference. I love the level that I'm seeing these teams bring to the table. This group, it's clear as a bell, we're really athletic, and we might not be big physical, but we play high. I'm seeing a completely different opportunity to go places with this offense that we haven't gone in years. But I know these guys are really driven. They're extremely focused. They know what they want, and there's this unspoken thread between them about putting the team first. And I can't ask for more than that. They've been a lot of fun to train.
Coach Walter and the team tip off the season. It starts on Thursday, September 5th. Busy day here on campus. They'll have Western Washington first. That is part of the Spring Hill Suites Invitational that runs through the weekend right here in the UWF Fieldhouse, which, by the way, we're standing in the new and improved remodeled lobby. Trophies on display. Lots going on here in campus, as we mentioned. The cross-country season, men's and women's, also set to get running before too long. We caught up with Coach Caleb Carmichael to talk about the prospects for his squads this year.
It's crazy. We lose some from last year. We really lost one or two from our top five. So we returned quite a bit of our team back from last year who definitely stepped up and got better. And I really think that they evolved over the spring, our returners did, and really came back hungry after the summer. So we had a great week of practice. I mean, they want to be better. They're not happy with how the season played out last year. They're not happy how they ran last year in some cases and how they finished the season. They would like to finish a little better. Normally we're all on the road every weekend. We never have a home event, and you see all these other events going on and no one gets to come out and see us run. Trails are gorgeous. I think we've done a lot of good work on there, and I'm looking forward to hosting bigger and better events down the future. This year, this meet should be a little smaller, but it's a building block for something bigger down the road, and I'm just happy people can come out and see us and what we do on a weekly basis. So we had a good week of preseason. I'm looking forward to what we can do. Obviously, a lot of young people on the team this year. Losing seniors last year, obviously 3 seniors from our top 5 is going to make a big difference. We have a good core to build around last year. Obviously, we were young last year. I mean, I know we have 3 seniors left. We still have the rest of the team. So our returners obviously are going to have to step up and we'll get better. We didn't do exactly what we set out to do last year on some of our goals. I think they're hungry for a little bit more, and I think they're going to step up and do well this season. The schedule sets up pretty well. I think it's a good schedule for us this year. We get to run and get some good talent, good competition. Get to see some conference competition, some regional competition, and also some national competition. And then these first few races will be good rust busters, I think, for us and get us out there and really just kind of see what we have and really kind of set the stage for the rest of the season.
UWF Cross Country gets the season going. That's coming up on the 7th, Saturday, up at the University of North Alabama in Florence. They will host the Argo Invitational on the 21st of September. That is the first time in a while we've had a meet here at the University of West Florida. Coming up next, we're back with Coach Pete Shinnick to talk about and preview for you the season opener for football against Carson-Newman here on the Coach Shinnick Show.
You can't stop it. That undeniable charge. So bright, so loud. It blazes past old ways of thinking. What will you do with it? The University of West Florida. No limits.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 What? It happens.
So get all state. I'd be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Mayhem is everywhere, so get an Allstate agent. In Pensacola, call Melissa Keener.
Meet George. He's always searching for a new adventure and has big plans to build. Dad supports his vision and is ready to lend a helping hand. He's using a Pen Air personal loan to bring George's imagination to life. And now, their next big adventure awaits in their own backyard. Here's to banking smarter and reaching higher. Apply today at penair.org/loans.
What's even better than going to a UWF football game? Going with all your friends. Decks are available for groups between 25 and 200 people. All group decks come with a UWF football game ticket, food, and soft drinks. It's great for company outings, group functions, birthday parties, and youth groups. Prices start as low as $25 per person. Call 850-474-2746 for more information or to book your deck today.
Welcome back to the Coach Shinnick Show. Time to talk about the first game of the season. I know everybody's been waiting for this thing. Carson-Newman came here last year, Thursday night game, opened up at Blue Wahoo Stadium. You return the favor and go on the road. What do we expect from this team that's a traditional D2 powerhouse?
Yeah, one of the better if you look over the course of the last 30 years, you would see Carson-Newman in the playoffs routinely, winning 8-9 games. They have a quarterback back who has started 2 years for them. Traditionally, when a quarterback plays for his third year for them, they're very, very good. They have two returning defensive linemen that are all conference. They have what they're touting is probably one of the best secondaries in the country. And so when you combine an experienced quarterback, they also have returning offensive linemen, their best running back. It creates a little bit of an issue. This offense is unique. It's different. We play Mississippi College later on in the year. They're a triple option team. This is a triple option team, but it's a split veer option team. It's not a traditional, wishbone type offense. So there are different nuances to that. That going onto the road, that with so many new guys, we know it's a challenge that we've got to rise to. And again, we're excited about it, but have tremendous amount of respect for what they've done and know that we've got to play a great game in order to beat them.
That defensive depth that you mentioned earlier in the show will come into play in this game, especially against that type of offense?
Huge against this type of offense, and really kind of, obviously this type of offense prepares us for, as you mentioned, the Gulf South Conference, how difficult it is. This puts us in that position to kind of see how we can hold up and what it looks like. They're going to wear on you. They keep the ball for a long time. They run the ball. They're the leading rushing offense in the country, so we've got to do a great job to slow them down.
Do you like opening on a Thursday night? I know you've told me it gives you some time on the back end. It may shorten up camp a little.
It does. It shortens it a little bit, but I think by Thursday you're ready to play anyway. Every coach will tell you you'd love more time to prepare and all of that, and I get that, but come Thursday night we're ready to play, and then the fact that we got a couple little extra days to rest on the back end, that helps.
It's not all work here on Penn Air Field and work in the Gooden Center weight room. You guys have mixed in some other things. You get your kids out and your team out in the community quite a bit. And you guys had a special guest, a young man you signed to the team here recently. Brought him in, a young man from Milton, just up the road named Logan Bush. Let's take a look at that ceremony.
Team impact. So we will make this official and then maybe see if we can. Great organization, and learned about it over the summer and kind of found out the ins and outs of what it would involve, and really felt like it'd be a great opportunity for our program just to get connected. And they told us about Logan and what he was dealing with, and really Darian Doolin's done a great job kind of organizing this and getting it set up, communication with the family, and it's been fun. We've already had a couple interactions with him, and we're looking forward to doing this for a while, and just getting him out and about and around our guys has already been a positive for us and hopefully for him as well.
And Coach, that's the kind of stuff I know that's really dear to your heart to bring in a young man like that.
No, it's a great opportunity, really. I mean, as much as I think Logan and his family appreciate it, our players get as much out of that as well. And, we're excited to be able to partner with them and looking forward to a great relationship with them.
We'll get Joe Wintrick to host a game show someday because he's kind of got that magic. Again, on the road at Carson-Newman to open the season. You're on the road at Shorter and then home for Virginia Lynchburg coming up on the 21st. Good luck to you guys this week.
Thank you.
And we'll see you each week right here on the Coach Shinnick Show.